It's the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. Welcome to the Beach House Beach Bunker. Things a little sticky today. I was into the Timbits and Smile Cookies yesterday, so I'm still wiping things up a little. It was a big day yesterday. We'll recap the opening of the Smile Zone. Good to see you on a thirsty Thursday. Coming up on the show today, Florida wins the Cup. Then they broke the Stanley Cup. Oh, man. There's some chirping going on south of the border about Americans being the best in hockey. We'll show you what's being said and how Canadians are responding. And I provide my explanation with some help from a documentary filmmaker as to why Canada may never win a Stanley Cup again. It's been since 1993, and, we love our hockey. But I think the Stanley Cup is we just have to kind of accept the fact it's gone, never to return again. And that's okay, but at least after today's show, you'll have a firm grasp as to why it's happening. And it has nothing to do with the game of hockey, if you can believe it. We'll explain coming up. Also, Elon explodes another rocket, and the video footage is dramatic if you haven't seen it. Also, we're going to talk about concert riders. Now, this might be new to you, but for every act that you've ever seen in concert, they have a list of demands for stuff backstage, and it's usually related to food and drink. Sometimes it's the room temperature. Sometimes there's a piece of furniture that they need. It's weird stuff like that. Actually, we're going to take a dive into that this morning, and we're going to take a look at some of the weird things that some of your favorite bands have requested over the years, including Frank Sinatra. He always requested 3 cans of this particular soup before he would perform. And we're asking you this morning. That's why if you're on my Facebook page, you will see that I was asking you about your rider, your 3 foods, your 3 drinks, and your 3 snacks that you would want for the big show. You're doing a big show in your mind. What are those things? You're going to walk backstage. You're going to say, oh, I've got this, and this to drink, this, and this to eat. And so we'll have some fun with that this morning. All right, getting a look outside. We're in double digits territory again, starting out at 12 degrees. And there was some hail that was reported in the Neepawa area yesterday, towards Neepawa and I believe north of Carberry. It was nickel size, nothing serious, but we did have some thunderstorm watches and warnings pop up. And you know what? Actually, we can probably expect the same today. Environment Canada is calling for showers and thunder showers, so watch for those warnings later today. High of 26 degrees, and the sunshine is back for Friday, full-fledged. Beautiful Friday coming in. 27, but rainy for the weekend, which is good if you're going to be inside. The Weddings by Abby open house is on Saturday, June the 21st, this Saturday in the rain. You're not going to be outside. You might as well go to a wedding show. That's going to be at 3G, 389 Park Avenue East. They'll have vendors there. They're going to have food. All right. And prizes. I think it's going to be packed myself. I think you might want to show up earlier rather than later, because if it's raining, that's going to be the hot spot to be on Saturday. Smoked and sauced barbecue truck is going to be there. Happy Skin Laser Clinic, KC Photography. So if you're planning a wedding, even if you're like, maybe 50 years from now, my kids might get married. They're 1 and 5 now, but hey, I'm here for the smoked and sauced. Weddings by Abby open house is on Saturday from 11 till 4. And we've got 7 days until the last day of school. The countdown is on. We're in the home stretch. Nothing is getting done. It is that time. It is that time. Can't wait for summer vacation. Before we continue on, we are going to give you the latest from the search involving Owen. Thank you, Tracy, for keeping us updated. Here's the latest on the search, the Day 3 update. We're continuing the search for my little brother Owen and still need help. The lead involving Precision Toyota has been fully reviewed and it's not relevant to the investigation. It is no longer a point of interest. Please refrain from sharing any information or rumors related to that location. Okay, our search remains focused on verified information only. This has created a little bit of curiosity, obviously. We all want to know, number one, where Owen is, and number two, what's happening behind the scenes. But I think we have to stay focused on the prize here, and that's finding Owen. So let's just kind of go with this. And again, they're focused on the entire city, basically. If you or someone you know has a security doorbell or door dash cam, okay, we need you to pull your footage from 1:45 a.m. and 5 a.m. That is on Sunday. When you went to bed late on Saturday, or again, probably on the computer file, it will be early Sunday morning. And that will have been June the 15th. Between 1:45 a.m. and 5 a.m. Because someone could have been walking right by your house. And even if you see nothing, they ask that you email to confirm your location has been checked. They're literally scouring the city. And when you think to yourself, if this was my kid, I would want to scour the city too. I would want to check every square inch of every square inch. There is some encouraging news. Oh, it's cut off on the top. We have received some strong new leads today, which are being actively followed up. We will be continuing the search tomorrow, which I'm assuming is today, and could once again use volunteers. There's also an updated clothing description. Which you can see here. Location, Keystone Grounds. They're going to be... The search will continue at the Keystone Center grounds at 9:30 a.m. Search time is at 10. And volunteers and family and friends want to send their sincere thanks to the city of Brandon and those who are helping out for their continued support. So the search continues, but there are some changes there. And again, the takeaway is the Precision Toyota information, and as well as some new leads that they're going to be chasing down. So hopefully we have some developments there. And I can't help but think about the story coming out of Quebec this morning. What is it? A 3 or 4 year old girl, after 4 days, was found in another province. They have been also on the hunt for this little one, and I can't believe someone's driving down the road, and there's a kid on the side of the road. Someone must have just dropped her off on the side of the road, and she was missing for days and days. There's going to be a lot to come out of that. But my immediate thought was like, if a toddler can be found after 3 or 4 days and be reunited with her mom, then, we have to keep the faith. And I'm sure that we will find out more as the weekend approaches. Okay. Let's see who we've got to say good morning to in chat and say welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. And let's get our Thirsty Thursday underway with Pebbles Road Reverend and Polar Bear on Twitch. Bernice is here too. MJ, Tracy is here too, all on Twitch. Janine's here on Facebook to say good morning. Megan is here. Hi, Megan. Good morning to you. Happy Thirsty Thursday to Richard. Quinton is on Twitch. Richard is on Facebook. Nick's on Twitch. Loretta's on Facebook to say GM. Good morning. Molly is here. Hi, Molly. Molly's on Twitch. Nick says American teams, Canadian players. That's part of the debate. Does it even matter, though? Does it really matter? Really? Is that what we tell ourselves to pacify ourselves? Well, at least they're Canadian players. No, I don't care. I really don't care. I want my team to win. When the Brandon Wheat Kings make it to the finals in junior hockey, we don't go, Saskatchewan players, Alberta players. No, it's they're the Brandon team. They're the Brandon team. Cindy is here this morning on Twitch. We'll get into this little hockey debate, and you'll get an explanation as to why we must say goodbye to the Stanley Cup. Goodbye, Stanley Cup. It was nice. My son is 26, going to be 27 years old. Never has he seen it lifted by a Canadian team, and he never will. I've told him. I said, don't, just come to terms with it. It's a lot of fun to watch hockey, but you just need to come to terms with it, and it's all okay. It's all right. Jody is here on Facebook. Al is here this morning on Facebook. Nice little article on the Smile Zone in the paper today. Well, that's fantastic. Thanks, Al. Nice to see you. Patricia is here this morning. What's the paper? What, like a piece of paper? It's I'm curious. Did you catch the show yesterday? Everything's on social media now. We rule the universe. Patricia, good morning. It's good to see you on Facebook. KDD 4380 is here on Twitch. Hey, good morning. Good morning. We're going to go into yesterday's good thing. And as we continue to say good morning, because I don't want to get behind, we've got lots to get to this morning. And Nick is excited because he's soon going to be on holidays. And, speaking of Smile Zone, of course, that leads the way with good thing. Since we last spoke, we had the big ribbon cutting at the clinic, and we all went outside after the show was done yesterday. And here's a little bit of video from the festivities yesterday. Oh, look at all the goodies. Tim Hortons had laid out some beautiful smile cookies and fruit, and look at all the people out there celebrating, getting the microphones ready, getting everything ready to go so they could cut the ribbon and open this baby up. And boy, this is just at the beginning. There was literally hundreds of people there. It was a huge crowd outside the Brandon Clinic on a beautiful day. It was supposed to be raining, but the rain didn't show. The sunshine was there. It was all about the sunshine. Oh, and here's Rhonda. Oh,
and we did one in the DAPA then followed up. I convinced Greg to use Smile Cookie money, and we did one in the DAPA hospital, which was great. And I was excited to bring it here to Brandon. But Smile Zone's very close to my heart, and I'm extremely proud of what we've accomplished here as a community. Our cookie sales this year were off the charts, and we were number one in Canada for cookie sales.
Woo! Yeah! Woo-hoo!
As proud as I stand here today about what we're achieving, I hope everybody else feels the same pride, because it was every single cookie that was sold that helped make this happen.
Absolutely awesome. Awesome. Then we all went inside and we cut the ribbon, or they cut the ribbon. Here's the actual opening right here. Here we go. Everybody's excited. And 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3.
Timbits, come on.
Yeah, woo! And it's officially open, so when you go to the Brandon Clinic now, you'll see the beautiful Smile Zone, and so it was easy for me to pull on a good thing. I was so honored to be a part of this and to be part of the crowd yesterday. And again, job well done, Western Manitoba, for your continuous support, and congratulations to Tim Hortons of Western Manitoba for an amazing day yesterday. Literally, it was a perfect day. It was a perfect day. And even though we were a little concerned about the rain to start the festivities, there was no rain. Just beautiful smile cookies and hot coffee and smiling faces. Good way to start the day. You got a good thing? Just type in GT, and all you need to do is tell us something cool that happened to you yesterday. Could be big, could be small. And we would love to hear about it. Oh, there's Lindsay and Marcy. Good job yesterday, Tyler. You had lots of laughter and smiles. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm honored. It was so much fun. And, it was great to see so many people and visit. I had to pull myself away. I had stuff to do at the studio, but I didn't want to go. I'm like, oh, my peoples. So many great community members coming out to support the cause. And, yeah, we probably could have stayed there all day visiting. We'd probably still be visiting, actually. It was just wonderful. Thank you for having me. Good morning, Olivia Blake on Facebook. Hello. Good morning. We're into yesterday's good thing. And, it's interesting being at the clinic, seeing all those wonderful doctors and nurses yesterday, seeing the show, going, hey, so how do I follow the show? I was sharing with some folks how to do that. So we've got a whole new group of lurkers that are coming in this morning. We'll have some new chatters. We like to start the show with a couple of things. First, a personalized good morning to all those who say good morning to us. Just as a way to acknowledge them a la Romper Room days. And number 2 is we like to start with some positivity on the show. So that's why we call it yesterday's good thing. So we type in GT and then dash, and then we let it rip. You just tell us something cool that happened yesterday. Doesn't have to be very big. I know Smile Zone was a big deal yesterday, but it could be something like, someone held the door open for me, or, someone paid for my coffee at the drive-thru, or, someone, I bumped into an old friend, or I went for a bike ride, and I saw some beautiful animals. Olivia Blake Boreen, good morning on Facebook. Quentin says, is the hockey tournament over? It's hard to keep up. Oh, you won't have to keep up. It's okay. I'll keep you in the loop. That's why you're here. It's all good. It's all good. And Wendy is here. Hi, Wendy on Facebook. Good morning to you. Good morning. Boy, does anybody have any good things to share? Come on now. Nick says, I grew up as a Maple Leafs fan. It took me a while to finally accept the fact that if it weren't for the Hockey Hall of Fame, the Stanley Cup would never be in Toronto. Oh, Cindy's off to Kuipers to get some goodies today. Ooh, yeah. Oh, stock up for the weekend. Okay, Molly's got a GT. She had some intense gaming. See? Intense gaming. Played some Fortnite, and it made her day. It was the highlight of her day. Cindy said she went to Costco and kept it under $100. Well, really, you know what I'm going to say, right? It should be in denominations of $1.50. So really, you should have been under 10. I know, that's a good thing, but, $1.50 times 5 is, I can't do the math, but it's under $10. $1.50 hot dogs. Did you buy me a $1.50 hot dog? My good thing is Cindy put a $1.50 hot dog in my mailbox that I'm going to enjoy on the first beach break. Mm-hmm. No, too many small cookies yesterday. No room for the hot dogs. Nick GT took out the garbage recycling last night. It almost always looks worse. Isn't that the truth? I always wonder that. You pull out the recycling bin, and it's making all that noise, especially glass bottles, and it's pickle jars, Nick. It's just pickle jars. Big boozers. You big boozer. And you wonder if the neighbors are going, holy Jesus. Man, how many bottles of whiskey is in that recycle bin? How many aluminum cans of beer have they gone? Did they have a problem? I wonder if they have a problem. Yeah, it's always worse. I get it. Totally get it. That's funny. Thanks for sharing that, Nick. Angela says, oh, good job, Tyler. You rock. Well, thank you, Angela. Thanks for being on the live stream yesterday. We had a lot of fun. That was a good time, and it was nice to be out of the beach bunker. It's just a great day. Wonderful day all around. Just a great, great day. Tracy says, GT, I got 4 hours of sleep last night. Now, for normally, that would be not a good thing, but at least being able to sleep. Tracy is helping out with the search for Owen, and so obviously these are stressful times. I can't help but feel encouraged by some of the information that's coming into the beach bunker. So, Tracy, we are keeping our fingers crossed, and we are really, really hoping for big things. Good things. Pebbles says, picked up some diploma and transcript yesterday at the college. I thought that was grad. I thought that they gave it to you on the stage and you got to like high five everybody. And she found out that she graduated with honors. That is awesome. It was nice to see you, Laurie. Laurie is here on Facebook, and she attended the opening of the Smile Zone. It was good to see you, Laurie. Get a hug. Yeah, I got lots of hugs. I got so many hugs yesterday. I think that we should do it again. Let's do another opening of a thing where there's just hugs for me. I like the hugs. Hug fest. That was also my GT. I love the hugs. Congratulations. Yes, that is fantastic. That is awesome. Hey, starting on Monday, we're going to give you a chance to win tickets to see Gary LaVox of Rascal Flatts. Man, they're one of my favorite bands. And Gary, who is the guy that's got this amazing voice, he is going to be doing an outdoor show at Skydancer on Saturday, July 12th. That'll be our next live stream, by the way. We're going to be there on the 12th, which is a Saturday, and we're going to be giving away tickets starting next week to the show. So be on the lookout for that. There are still plenty of tickets available. Since it's an outdoor show, it's really kind of unlimited. They do such a great job with those outdoor shows. I'm really looking forward to it. Tracy and I always have a great time. We'd love to have you come down as well. It's just 90 minutes south of Brandon in Belcourt, skydancercasino.com. Give them a follow on their Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you would. Got a beautiful water park, great restaurants, and, of course, great entertainment as well. At the Elkhorn Resort in Clarkson Nordic Spa, it's your summer vacation HQ. If you're up at Riding Mountain National Park, the beautiful Elkhorn Resort in Clarkson Nordic Spa, everybody's talking about the Mrs. Roper party, which is it's a theme of, you remember Three's Company? Maybe you do. If you don't, go on Pluto TV, watch some Three's Company. The Ropers are hilarious. The Regal Beagle Lounge will be open. There's a few surprises, too. It's going to be a special Roper romp on the 29th. Up at the Elkhorn. In the meantime, they have got spring yoga with Shane every Saturday afternoon at 3. They've got Zumba with Solange. They've got a movie night coming up tonight, actually, at 7 o'clock if you're up in the Clear Lake area. And a foam party on the 24th. For a complete list of all the events going on, go to elkhornresort.mb.ca. And at Leon's Furniture Superstore, 3635 Victoria Avenue, the not-so-secret sale. It's not a secret. It's not a secret sale. How about this for a door crasher? The Beauty Rest Queen Mattress, $499. The lowest price ever, made in Canada. And they have got amazing prices throughout the store. Plus, other than the taxes and the fees, take 50 months to pay. Holy cow. Isn't that like 4 years? Take 4 years to pay? Seriously? We should keep this a secret. But it's the not-so-secret sale on now at Leon's in Brandon, 3635 Victoria Avenue. Check it out at leons.ca. That's why Nick's changed to blue bags, so you can't see what's going in there. Eva Cameron on Facebook. Good morning. It's nice to see you, GT, from yesterday. Had our summer student start. Yippee! Now she can cut the grass. Fantastic. You get the winter's bell. Yeah, that's fantastic. Way to go. Nice to see you, by the way. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Thanks for that, GT. What time are you streaming July the 12th? It will likely be 5 or 6 p.m. It'll be later in the day, 5 or 6, something like that. I don't think we have decided yet, but it will be right before the show. We do the ticket pickup party from the lobby like we usually do, and so there's a few logistical things we're still working out. Plus, I got to get across the border, which shouldn't be too much problem. I think Blessed Mom is down in California. She's on her way. I think she's there now. We're going to find out how she made out. She's our latest Sun Seeker to head south, and we've had good reviews from far and wide, so I don't suspect any issues. But I am working, so there's always that, right? Like, your average tourist isn't telling the border people that you're going to work, which sometimes can bring a few questions, which is always fun. But anyway. Enough of that. Old Chickie, I know I'm late, but my GT. I am so sorry to hear about your son. Oh my God, his broken neck. It's a stable break, and he had a bit of a tumble off of a is it an all-terrain vehicle or something like that? Oh my gosh, I am so glad to hear that he's going to be okay. However, there's going to be some work involved, and you're headed back to Winnipeg this morning for follow-up appointments. Drive safely. Sending hugs, but not big hugs because, ow, 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 ow. I get it. It's, I've only broken my nose. I never broke a bone. I was very lucky. I drank a lot of milk as a kid, and I was also in bubble wrap. But I only broke my nose. Yeah. It was a dirt bike accident. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad he's okay. That's my good thing is I'm so glad. When I read that, my heart dropped. What is going on? 2025, I thought you were supposed to be amazing. And while we've had a few amazing things going on, come on. We gotta smarten up. We gotta turn things around here. And you know what? Thankfully, we are entering the halfway point of the year. So let's just hope that after the solstice, which summer arrives at 9:40 p.m. on Friday, we are going to have smooth sailing for the rest of the year. I'm calling it right now. We are going to have the most fantastic 6 months that you have ever seen in the history of the universe. I said it out loud. We're going to have the greatest 6 months ever in the history since... Fingers crossed.
Sunrise,
we're going to Puerto Rico today for our beach camp. Back with more in just a second.
We're here to stay. Feel the heat, the way it's so fun. Sun seekers shining bright. There's always a beach chair for you. Dream big, see you through. Living life loving this view with the sun and sea. Dreams come true. Flip-flops, sand in our toes. Where it ends, catch the vibe, daytime glow. Sun seekers, let it show. There's always a beach chair for you. Dream big, see through. Living life loving this view with the sun and sea. Dreams come true. Flip-flops, sand in our toes. Where it ends, nobody knows. Catch the vibe, daytime glow. Sun seekers, let it show. There's always a beach chair for you. Dream big, see through. Living life loving this view with the sun and sea. Dreams come true. So we rise up, chase our dreams. Palm trees and summer scenes. Love the life, feel the breeze. Sun seekers, living free. There's always a beach chair for you. Dream big, see through. Living life loving this view with the sun and sea. Dreams come true. see dreams come true. Flip-flops, sand in our toes. Where it ends, nobody knows. Catch the vibe, daytime glow. Sunseekers, let it show. There's always a beach.
There's always a beach chair for you on this show. There's always a beach chair. We got some open ones right here. Umbrellas, too. It's a little breezy in Puerto Rico this morning. Live shot there.
Flip-flops, sand in our toes.
In southern Manitoba, we're expecting some possible rain for today, and maybe a shower or thunder shower. I know we did get a little bit of hail in the area this morning. Nothing too serious, nickel-size hail, but it is that time of year, and we're getting very close to that first day of summer arriving on Friday. The forecast calling for showers and possible thunder showers today, and a high of 25. Although Friday is going to be gorgeous. You got something planned for the weekend? Hopefully it's happening on Friday. We're expecting 27 and then rain right through the weekend. Right through the weekend, we've got lots of rain. Yay! It'll be a good Netflix weekend. How about this for some interesting news? Netflix is going to add traditional television channels. What? What? What is happening here? It's the big switcheroo. What is happening? First off, Netflix says, come sign up with us. We'll give you all these amazing TV shows and movies, no commercials for like $5. You're thinking to yourself, this is awesome. $5. Look at all the, and I'm paying like $150 for cable, $200 for cable. Buy cable. I got the Netflix now. So cable's gone. You're sitting there. I got it made. $5, $7. No. What are you doing? $9? $12? And I can't share the passwords? And wait a second. You're adding advertisements now? Oh, but it's $19 if I don't want the ads okay, wait a second. I'm convinced. $25 now for Netflix. Oh, okay, wait a second. Now, it's not happening on this side of the pond. This is happening in France first, but it's got people going, wait a second. So if it's happening in France, how long before it's going to be here? And then all of a sudden, I'm going to be sitting there watching Netflix, watching my traditional TV channels at $150 a month, thinking to myself, wait a second. Netflix just completely ate the lunch of cable television. They literally came in like a Trojan horse and completely destroyed their business and took it from them. They literally stole their lunch. France's TF1 channels will air on Netflix starting this summer, as talk continues about Netflix possibly airing traditional TV channels in North America. Whoa. I mean, I know everything's streaming now, but it's crazy. What else is crazy is how the Florida Panthers broke the Stanley Cup. This is why you can't get nice things. Pool weekend ahead for Molly. Oh, outdoor birthday party for the twins tomorrow, says MJ. Oh, I'm jealous. Oh, perfect pool day. 27 in the sunshine. Oh. Quentin has a good point. Pluto has it already. So does, Crave is owned by Bell. So that makes sense. Prime, only if you sign up. But Pluto certainly does. But Pluto is a global, yeah, I guess so. And for the average person, they don't understand how that all works. But basically, as with everything in Canada, we have 2 and 3 companies. And so Pluto is Chorus, which owns Global. And Crave is Bell. And then, of course, CBC, the government broadcaster, has their own. And ta-da, there you go. So I don't know what Netflix would grab. What's left? We'll have to see. Anyway, to the broken Stanley Cup and why Canada will never have the Stanley Cup ever again. It's not because they're The American teams insist on breaking it, but that could be part of it. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. Take a look at this. Look, this is why we can't have nice things. Can you see it on your screen there? Someone on the ice was smoking a cigarette, and it burned a hole through the tinfoil cup. What in the hell? You dropped it. Jeez, the most prestigious trophy in the world of sports has been destroyed. Well, it's not the first time that a championship trophy has been destroyed or has been damaged, but it's banged up already. It's banged up. A spokesman for the Hockey Hall of Fame said the keepers of the cup are taking appropriate steps and plan to have it repaired by the celebration parade on Sunday. Made of silver and nickel alloy, the 37-pound cup is relatively indestructible, unless I don't know if I would say that. Damage is nothing new for the 131-year-old silver chalice. It's been submerged in pools. It's taken a swim in the Atlantic Ocean. It's been mishandled and broken by players, coaches, and staff for more than a century. Just this decade alone, the Tampa Bay Lightning dropped the cup during their boat parade in 2021, and the Colorado Avalanche dented it when they won it. They dropped it, and it had a big dent. Had to go to Auto Fashion. Had to get some auto body repair. Oh, my God. And so, yeah, it's going to be in the shop. Where's the cup? And it's too bad because it takes it away from the players, because the players get time with the cup. I think it's 2 or 3 days for each player, and the coaching staff and everything. A lot of these players, we saw that locally. The general manager of the Vegas Knights is from our town, and when Vegas won the cup, it came to our town. It's the only way it happens now. Is we hope and pray that our Canadian players join American teams, because we are never getting the Stanley Cup again. Oh, we have some breaking news. Oh, boy. And so it begins. And so it begins, ladies and gentlemen. And this is fitting because we are food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. This is good news, I'm thinking. The price of your airline ticket is going to be going down soon. The Competition Bureau in Ottawa has just said that it's going to be okay for foreign investment and ownership of Canadian airlines. This just happened. Now, I'm reading behind the scenes that we are going to see more and more foreign ownership of Canadian companies. Does this sound familiar? Had to stop me if you've heard this before. We had somebody complaining about that. We can't do business up there. Then we're not allowed to invest. It's pretty closed doors. We're going to start seeing a lot of foreign investment. It's called foreign investment in our companies and so on and so forth. So you're going to see American Airlines, Delta Airlines, United Airlines potentially investing in Canadian companies. And while that's disheartening for many people who are Canada first, it is encouraging to those who say competition is good. It brings about cheaper prices, and we need help up here. We need a little bit of help in the business community, and so I'm thinking that this will, at the end of the day, be a good thing. So why will Canada never win another Stanley Cup? Well, it has to do with something called brain drain. Now, if you're from Generation X, you already know what this is. We went through this in the 80s and 90s, where at that time, there was a lot of Canadians leaving the country to go to other countries to pursue their careers. And they were simply chasing the dollar. And we really saw that a lot in Hollywood, with people like Michael J. Fox and Alex Trebek, and the list is long. There's even musicians. But now to bring this home into a language that Canadians can understand, we're going to talk hockey. And because of the brain drain, we're going to see Canadian hockey players continue to win Stanley Cups, just not Canadian teams.
Facing record amounts of its best and brightest, leaving her for a better life abroad. Now you might be thinking it's mostly just actors and musicians, right? Obviously they'll have to come to America to make it big. And true, for decades, Canada has always had its fair share of talent go south, particularly in the arts and entertainment field. But now, it's more than just movie stars. It's engineers, athletes, entrepreneurs, influencers, scientists, the media. It's even America's politicians. At every level of society, this international cabal of poutine-eating, milk-bag-drinking Canadians who hide their stench of maple syrup have infiltrated and taken over prominent roles in the American public. Hell, for all you know, even I could be one of them. But there's an
from
easy
Breaking Bad
explanation for this great Canadian conspiracy. The brain drain starts as early as high school, when talented, aspirational kids across the country apply for coveted spots in America's most prestigious institutions. For those of you proud of your Canadian colleges, sorry, but you don't even come close to these academic giants who are busy taking thousands of Canada's brightest students every year.
They're poaching our
Many
students.
of
This
them
is where
end
it
up
starts.
choosing to stay in the US instead of going back. Part of this problem is an expected result of larger neighbors attracting talent, which is as natural as the laws of gravity. But a lot of this brain drain is self-inflicted, coming from years of policies that make the environment for young, aspirational, talented Canadians unnecessarily difficult. There's perhaps no better way to explain this issue than to look at the depressing state of Canada's national pastime.
Here we go.
Ice hockey. The only sport where part of the game is to let its players beat the absolute shit out of each other. For those outside North America, the big four major sports leagues consist of the NFL, the NBA, MLB, and lastly, the National Hockey League, often overshadowed and forgotten by its three bigger brothers. What's so depressing for hockey fans in Canada is the fact that the Stanley Cup, the NHL's version of the Super Bowl, hasn't been won by a single Canadian team in over 30 straight years. Here's just how long ago 1993 was. Most baby boomers were still in their 20s and 30s. DVDs weren't even invented yet. George Bush was still president at the start of the year. No, the original George Bush.
Whoa.
The Dallas Cowboys were actually a good team.
Dallas had a good team. Dallas had a good
If we were
team.
to start at a baseline assumption that Canada and the US are both about as good at playing hockey, the odds of a Canadian team failing to win a single Stanley Cup since 1993 is roughly 1 in 2,500. So it's obviously not all because of bad luck. If it was, you had a better chance of being born with an extra limb than seeing this 30-plus year drought. But it isn't because people in Canada suck at hockey either. In fact, there isn't a single American team without at least a few Canadians in their roster.
See, there's your
However,
Canadian players.
That is actually part of the answer here. Because every season, numerous Canadians of the highest caliber jump the border to skate in the US and deliver victories for American teams. Top players considered to be the greatest of all time move down south for better opportunities, more favorable tax rates, and the fact that the good old US of A is just a better place for those who have the talent and work ethic to succeed. Furthermore, NHL teams in Canada don't actually need to be good to survive, unlike their American counterparts. Let me explain. In the US, if your local hockey team sucks and consistently loses over and over again, most people are gonna think twice about going to their games, buying their merch, and maybe even watching all together, and instead choose to support their city's basketball, football, or baseball team. But in Canada, if the Calgary Flames can't even make it to a single final in over 20 years, what are their fans gonna do? Stop watching and start cheering for Calgary's NFL team? How about their NBA team? MLB? Besides Toronto, every other city in the country is stuck with supporting their hockey team, which means stadiums will always be filled, merch will always be sold, and eyeballs will always be on the screen, no matter how dog shit they are. Hockey holds a near monopoly in the world of Canadian sport, and every team up there is essentially an oligarch for each region, pocketing the guaranteed income without ever having incentive to push themselves to the limit.
So really, that in a nutshell, that is Bo Feng Chang, documentary filmmaker, and it took a little while to get to the point there. But really, it's the business environment, and we can bring this home to our very own general manager of the Las Vegas Golden Knights, who used to own our junior hockey team. Now he is the GM in Vegas, but at the time that he owned our junior hockey team, the Toronto Maple Leafs wanted him to come to Toronto and run the team, and he ended up going to Vegas. But to put this in terms you could understand, imagine working in a place where very little income tax comes off, where there's very little taxes to pay, where the cost of living is much, much cheaper. Really, at the end of the day, you have to make a personal decision for you and your family, and hockey players are doing that day in and day out with their agents. And now we're getting word that Connor McDavid, the superstar of the Edmonton Oilers, might be looking at relocating to an American team. Canada's superstar, the star of the Edmonton Oilers, he's just like, I want to win a cup. So he might have to. So we have to change this. We have to turn it around, and we have to make things more attractive up here. That's the problem. We've identified it. If we can't, then we may not see another Stanley Cup, and that would be sad because, we'd love to see a Canadian team win it. We've got enough Canadian teams up here to make a go of it, but it's definitely one of those things. Cindy's trying to listen to the show. Sister keeps nonstop talking. Well, sister, please. There's important things happening. Important discussions are being had. Like if you are a rock star concert person, you're a musician that is about to go on stage and deliver the performance of a lifetime, you're going to have what's called a rider. It's a laundry list of food and drink that you would like to have backstage at your show. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. This is further just on the hockey thing. Americans roasting Canada over the Panthers winning the Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup drought for Canada goes into 30-plus years. Ha, ha, ha. Sorry, Canada. Enjoy your Four Nations, though. Oh, man. Sad to see this. But we've got work to do. And again, on the ice is not the issue. It's off the ice. We've got work to do. Sunrise Credit Union has got something exciting going on. With 19 area locations to serve you, Sunrise Credit Union has a new program for car buyers. It's called Ready, Set, Buy. A wheels deal, 1-year introductory fixed rate at 3.99%. So if you're looking to buy a vehicle and you're looking at getting some funds for that, Sunrise Credit Union and their wheels deal, sunrisecu.mb.ca. Some restrictions apply. See one of your 19 branches for more details. Co-ops of Westman, you're at home here with your local co-ops of Westman, supporting the community, lining the pockets of your community and not the pockets of millionaires and billionaires. The members of the co-op own the co-ops, and when you shop there, you're contributing to community development, you're employing some local folks, and of course, great products at a great price, whether you're stopping at the gas station, picking up groceries, or supporting the hardware center. Make sure it's Co-ops of Westman at Heritage, Pembina, Twin Valley, Valley View, Boundary, and Hamiyota Co-op too. And Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC Certified Service Express. Everything from oil changes to tire rotations, checking out to make sure that those fluids are good for the summer. Make sure that air conditioning is running as it should. Just make sure you see Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC Certified Service Express. Friendly service with a smile at 1500 Richmond Avenue. Get duct tape out. That'll keep people quiet. The old duct tape. Okay, so rock and roll riders have been around forever. Some musicians are famous for their wild or unusual backstage food and drink. For example, Van Halen. They demanded that all brown M&Ms be removed from their dressing room snacks. They wanted M&Ms backstage, but no brown ones. Really, there was no preference. It was a test to make sure that the venue read their carefully written rider. Elton John, known to request elaborate spreads, including caviar, smoked salmon, fresh fruit. He once demanded 3 dozen white roses backstage. Kiss included unusual items like hundreds of beers, a specific brand of vodka, plus extravagant requests like a whole roasted pig. One time, Kiss wanted a whole roasted pig backstage. Oh, imagine the parties after their show. Man. So what is on your rider? What are you having backstage? What 3 drinks, 3 foods, 3 snacks do you need? Cindy says beer, coffee, and Baileys with pizza, wings, and fries, and sausage, cheese, and firecrackers. I want to be backstage with Cindy. That is some good eats there. I would agree with that. I would say for drinks, it would be tequila and beer and Dr. Pepper Zero. For food, it would be pizza, chicken fingers, and it sounds like a 10-year-old's birthday party, and balloons and clowns. It'd be pizza, chicken fingers. Not the wings, because this is too messy. Chicken fingers just gone. Buffalo chicken fingers and pizza and pizza pops. In case I'm in a hurry, pizza pops, pizza, chicken fingers, and then for snacks, oh my gosh, nuts, chips, and sausages like hot rods, probably hot rods. I'm thinking. Frank Sinatra liked 3 cans of a specific soup before performing. I was kind of interested in this. I'm not a massive Frank Sinatra fan, but it's interesting that that's all he wanted. He was a simple guy. That was the most important thing. There's obviously some childhood things going on here. And I wanted to know what kind of soup did he need to have? Sinatra would down cans of Campbell's chicken and rice soup. He would down chicken and rice soup before each show. On occasion, he would add some additional meal requests, such as a bowl of fruit, cheese and crackers, chips and pretzels, and ham and cheese sandwiches. Nothing wild and crazy, though. He wanted Evian water, Perrier water, 24 sodas, specifically Coke, 75% diet, 25% regular. Bottles of both red and white wine were also included. And, of course, a bar stocked with Frank Sinatra's favorite whiskey, which was Jack Daniels, Absolute Vodka, gin, club soda, and ginger ale. But the star of the show was his cans of soup. Quinton would have bourbon, Gatorade, protein powder. What kind of concert is that? Bourbon, check. Gatorade, check. Protein powder, no. Mushroom steak tips, sure. Fruit and cheese, yes. Corn nuts, oh, yeah, that's a good one. Eat more bars. Tortillas and pico. What the hell are you going to mix protein powder and bourbon? That sounds disgusting. I'm drunk with muscles. I am drunk, but I'm getting ripped. I'm getting ripped in more ways than one. Hey, Iris and Mavis. Iris and Mavis. It's the new sitcom, Iris and Mavis on NBC. 2 troublemakers having fun. MJ just wants a taco station. That's a good call, actually. Yeah, a taco station backstage to go with my tequila and beer. I like that. It's a good idea. Big taco station. What are some other wild things? Oh, Beyonce and Quinton. He's the Beyonce, all right. She requests a lot of health-focused foods, organic, gluten-free, fresh vegetables and juices. What about Ozzy Osbourne? He wanted a bowl of hot black coffee, a live bat backstage, and sometimes an odd combination of snacks. He once requested a bowl of custard and peas. The Rolling Stones, bottled waters from specific springs, rare cheeses, fresh flowers, even a pillow spray to create a certain mood. That's kind of freaky. A pillow spray? Yeah, we need some M&Ms and some food and some booze and pillow spray. Okay. Motley Crue asked for vending machines filled with snacks. Now that's smart. I want the whole vending. It's got to be that's going to be some tough lifting right there. Motley Crue is coming to town. Well, that's a good news, bad news story. Good news is Motley Crue's coming. The music is good. But the bad news is who's lifting these vending machines to take backstage? Filled with snacks, tons of alcoholic beverages in vending machines. This is so smart. Because then when you're backstage, of course, did you bring change? I didn't bring change. Obviously, they wouldn't charge them. And several boxes of condoms were also requested for Motley Crue backstage. Now, I'm thinking those were just party balloons. They would blow them up. They would use them as decorations. That's likely all that they were used for. And this is why music is dying. Okay, so you've got Motley Crue, okay, asking for condoms and vending machines filled with snacks. The Rolling Stones with their stuff. Ozzy Osbourne asking for a bat. Then you move to today's music where Beyonce is asking for fresh fruit, vegetables, and organic stuff. And Lady Gaga is asking for vegetarian dishes and organic tea. What? Come on. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby. Organic tea backstage at a rock concert? Disappointing. You don't hear anybody going, I got to get backstage at a Lady Gaga concert. I'm going to drink tea with Lady Gaga. It's going to be so amazing. It's going to be so fun. Yeah, and Ozzy Osbourne is selling his DNA only to a limited amount of people. Liquid Death will have some of his DNA. So I'm thinking, though, I don't know why they said limited edition. If you followed Ozzy Osbourne's career, you know his DNA has spread far and wide. I don't think it's limited. I think it's quite the opposite. I think he is kind of like the Elon Musk of rock stars, if you know what I mean. His DNA, there's one thing you don't got to worry about with these rock stars, especially Ozzy. No, the DNA, don't worry. It's not limited edition. It's been pretty much provided for. Quite a few folks. He's kind of the Mariah Carey's husband. What's his name? What's that? Nick Cannon. He's the Nick Cannon of music. Holy man. Old Chickie says I get an air fryer backstage and then a freezer. See, because you're a rock star, you could say I want an air fryer and I want a freezer filled with finger food, and we're just going to fry stuff. Although you're a rock star, you have an assistant to fry stuff. Oh, that's where we are. At least that's kind of fun. A little bit fun. But these vegetarian dishes and tea, boring. That's not rock star quality. What are you talking about? It's party like a rock star. In 2025, that's downing tea and celery sticks, I guess, and protein powder. Oh, my gosh. YouTube, we're moving over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show for Hour 2. We'd love to have you join us. You can lurk at tylerglenshow.com or catch the podcast available for download at 1 o'clock every weekday afternoon at tylerglenshow.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Hey, thanks, YouTube. We got to go. We're moving over to Twitch.